and used lichen people as sex slaves. Rape and sodomy became commonplace. The elders believed this would cause uncontrollable offspring, and with the elders in deep hibernation, many of their society did not fear retribution. After decades of mistreatment, including beatings, rapes, mutilations, lynchings, and other horrendous acts, an uprising of the slaves broke out within the castle grounds. The vampires the elders left in control lost their power over the people and eventually faded out or became corrupted. Unlike the generations before, the new generation of slaves would rather die than continue to live the life they were born into. A battle erupted under a full red moon and caught the vampires off guard. Silver spears ripped through fur and flesh before the lichens overtook the vampires. The claws and teeth of the lichens ripped chunks from their suppressors' flesh. Many died from both races, but in the end, only 50 of the 220 werewolves were alive and escaped into the unknown, and left behind a tremendously decimated vampire race. When that bloody night ended, the war between the two left carnage all over the world through their respective gangs. Scared, the vampires known as the Rebellion tried to eliminate all 3 elders by burning them in their hibernation chambers, because a judgment would be inevitable. A fight broke out between the Rebellion and the loyal vampires, who were dedicated to the old ways. The loyal vampires tried to save all 3 elders, but only managed to rescue one, as the rest burned in their hibernation chambers. The Rebellion captured and slaughtered the remaining loyal vampires. However, they never gave up the hiding place of the recovering elder. Over the years, a vampire known as Christian the Elder hunted down and slayed all the remaining rebelling vampires and any offspring in the shadows. This caused a shift in the war and took the upper hand from the vampires. Christian hunted down the lichens as well. In the early 1800s, the Order captured Christian due to the betrayal of a trusted vampire and placed him in a solid steel coffin to rest eternally until they could figure out what to do with him. Many of the lichens escaped to Africa and lived peacefully among the people without revealing their true identity, partly due to their melanated skin and features. But as time passed and the lichens mingled more and more with humans, intercourse led to some offspring, and acts of violence and misuse of power increased. Increased birth rates between the lichens and the Africans led to many stillbirths for many generations. Although it was rare for those who survived, the ones who did became known as the hybrids, and their bloodline would become something unimaginable, and in some cases, uncontrollable. The full moon never affected the hybrids, but they retained powers of their bloodline. Several generations later, one young hybrid morphed into a feral state. In this new state, the transformation became triggered by anger instead of the full moon. After a certain age, every annoyance, displeasure, or hostility, the young boy's body morphed him closer to the curses of his ancestors, to the point of being much bigger, faster, and stronger than any of his elders before him. The Order took this boy under their care. 2 generations later, Jefferari was born. Chapter 1. The Men in Black Suits. January 16, 1984, while searching for a missing father and son's hiking team in West Hopkinton, New Hampshire, the hikers found a crashed airplane half buried in the deep snow 25 miles off trail. The search party recovered 3 mutilated bodies that wild animals had eaten. Or so it seemed. Several hundred pounds of cocaine were tossed about the plane's cabin, broken from the bands that held them together. Someone smeared and walked fecal matter all over the plane, including overhead. Shredded human skin lay in the chaotic scene.